Okay. Okay. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Luisa. Today is another, you could say, episode of Lessons with Luisa. The reason, I don't know why I'm doing quotes, but the reason I call it Lessons with Luisa is because there are a lot of things that I've experienced over these years. I'm not old, so it's not like too many, but enough, and I figured I want to share them with you. And the point of this is so I want to bring upon something that I've learned, that's something that I've applied to my life, and hopefully I can give you either some hope or some peace in the midst of whatever it is that you're going through. So today, as you can see by the title, it's called Dancing Upon the Heartache. You know, is that possible? What is this girl talking about? Yes, it is. It is fully possible. So, sorry, I just have my notes down here to make sure, because look, when I start talking, I like to go off in little tangents. You know, I'll have one thought, other time, like, oh yeah, and this one time. So this is just to keep me on track. Welcome, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. So let's begin. So today, I'm going to talk about someone from my past who had been in a relationship for, I don't even know how long, but it wasn't that long at all. And we're going to call him, I just have to think of these random names. Alex. I don't know any Alexes. Yeah, I don't know any, so we're good. At least not that I think of. Yeah, I don't know any. So anyways, Alex is also a foreigner. If you know me, you know that I like people from other countries here that are here in the US. It's just personal preference, but we can talk about that later. So anyways, Alex, I almost said his name. Alex and I broke up, I think, towards the end of February a few years ago. He had broken up with me. I still don't even know why. I don't remember what he said. Just wasn't feeling it, wasn't working out, whatever. I did catch feelings for him. I thought that I was in love with him, and I say I thought because now in hindsight, like, you know, looking back, I ended up falling in love with someone a few months later, which allowed me to know what love is, but that is a separate lesson with Luisa. Anyways, so at that point in time, I did really love or care for this person. I thought everything was fine, and that was the thing too. Everything was fine. Like, it's not like we were fighting. It's not like he had cheated or I had cheated or anything. Everything was, I mean, I thought everything was peachy, okay? Beautiful, great. And then it just like came out of nowhere. Really came out of nowhere. I think that's what really like caused a bit more pain, was that it wasn't something that was coming and I didn't expect it. I didn't, you know, sometimes you know, maybe you might even be thinking of breaking out with someone and you're like, it's not going well. And it's not like a short period of time, it's like a long extended period of time. This was not it. No toxicity, nothing of the sort, no. So anyways, he had broken up with me. I don't remember why. I was crying. I remember I had, oh, it was while I was at work too. Oh my gosh. Yes, I was at work. God. And I ran to the back and I looked at my coworker. I was like, I gotta go. Can I talk to you later? Sure. Like, he's like, I was like, can you cover me? Great. So I go to the back, and him and I are talking because I'm like, what? Like, why are you doing this now? I'm at work. Like, of all times, moments, like, can't we just talk about this in person? You know. But anyways, he broke up with me. I remember I took an Uber. I was gonna go home, and then I was like, you know what? No. Oh, and it was on a Friday too, I think. Yes, and it was on a Friday. I think we were supposed to meet the next day or something. Anyways, so it's like, shoot. I got into an Uber and I took it to, I live near like a river. I took it there because sometimes I like to go to the river to read my Bible, just to listen to music, like to relax. And so I was like, I'm just gonna take it there. But I could not control the tears. I remember I was just like, and then on top of that, there was a girl in front of, this is what's funny, so there was a girl in front of me who was crying too because someone had just broken up with her. And so I was like, great. How do I know this? I think the driver asked her why she was crying. She like mentioned it, you know, under her breath. And I'm like, girl, same. And I'm just there looking at the window like, tears, tears, tears. So anyways, I go to the river, I read my Bible. And I felt like God had given me peace because he was like, Luisa, I've got this. Just know that it is in my hands and this is all on me, kind of thing. There's a bit more context to that, but I had been asking God kind of prior to, like, is this person worth my time? And I don't want to say worth because I think we're all equally worth, like, more than gold, but some of us know our worth, some of us don't, this whole thing, but that's a separate conversation as well. Anyways, and so I'm upset, I'm sad, whatever. that evening I had a realization, like after talking, you end up calling your mom, your brothers or sisters or friends, my friends, so my friends are like my brothers and my sisters, so immediately call them, like, what? Of course, all of them were like, where did this come from? You guys like just started dating? Because I'm pretty sure it was like a short period of time. What is going on? And like I said, I think it was more of the shock of like, this is going more than well, so what happened? Anyways, to make a long story short, because I want to get to the real story, but this is also like part of it. So I was in the car with my mom, and I was talking to her about what God had talked to me about. Sorry, I don't know why I just like shook the whole thing. And I was like, wow, I'm so upset, but God told me he's got this, so like I feel good. I had cried out all the tears I could cry out, and to be honest, I had quite an amount, I had peace in my heart. Like there was no more aching, because you know how sometimes heartache can turn physical and you feel like, I don't know, just like my heart is breaking, like I'm about to have a heart attack, like I don't know if it's chest pains or whatever, but you feel overwhelmed. And she's like, well, Luisa, like what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I'm about to go see some friends. I feel good. They were at like a bar, I think. Yeah, they were at a bar and we were just gonna have some drinks, and obviously they wanted to know like how I was doing. And they're Christian as well, and so I was telling them, I was like, hey, like God told me this, this, and this. And I remember this day and I will never forget it, because I cannot explain the joy that I had. Like I had just been dumped, but I was there like, and like laughing it up, and and I know I didn't have a single sip of alcohol. Why? Because alcohol can like heighten your emotions, and usually the negative ones. So I was like, we're not, water for me all evening. I remember we were just there laughing, talking, like of course I told them what had happened, but I felt good. I was like, you know what, God told me he's got this, so we're good. So moving on to dancing upon the heartache, because I have a literal example of this. So to give a slightly bit more context, I was in pain during this time, typical, like, crying right before you go to bed, upset in the morning. I do my Bible every day, and on nights that I couldn't sleep, I'd like hold my Bible as if it was like a little teddy bear and just, and cry and everything. So it was rough. Some days are good, some days are bad. But given in this particular story, 3 weeks had passed. So it wasn't enough time for me to be over it, but enough time for me to like start moving, And again, I had been reading my Bible every day. I don't think it was twice a day, but I know it was at least every day. Listening to Christian music constantly, because I don't know about you guys, but for me also, like, I found that if I listened to like love songs, I'd just like start crying, tears start running, forget it. So I didn't do that. So of course Christian music, and just keep myself distracted. So 3 weeks had passed, I remember, because this was about like St. Patrick's Day weekend. It was a really good year that year. But yeah, it was really, really fun. And of course, everyone's celebrating. So my friends are like, Luisa, you have to come. Like, come on. Like, everyone's out tonight. Just join us. I'm like, okay. Okay, I will. I'm ready. I'm going. So, and of course, I read my Bible right before. I think we went to a bar. I had a drink. Yeah, I think I had like a mojito. Yeah, I had a mojito. I was out with friends. We were laughing, just cracking up. The waiter was funny. Then the bartender was like hilarious. I just remember like us laughing. And then we're like, okay, let's head into like the city area where there's more clubs. So we actually ended up going to the same bar that I introduced Alex to. He wasn't new to the city at all, but when like you find a certain place that you like, you kind of always go there. And so I wanted to show him something different. So that we were going to the place that I had showed him. It wasn't like the best bar, but I like the music. That's what it was. I love music. So anyways, so we ended up going there, and I remember I was like, oh, like I feel kind of weird, I see the same security guard. I'm like, hey, I don't know if I should say his name, but whatever. His name is Joey. Like, hey Joey, how are you? Da, da, da. Go on in, and it was kind of empty. I think no, it wasn't empty. There was like a fair amount of people there, but it wasn't so packed. And that whole area was packed though in general because of, again, St. Patrick's Day weekend. Everyone's wearing green. I don't even know if I wore green. I think I wore like a necklace or something. I don't know. Whatever. So sorry about my hair there. Anyways, I don't know why I'm doing this. I talk with my hands. Sorry. Anyways, Yes. So I'm there, dancing. I didn't have any other drink because it was getting late in the evening. And I didn't really want to. I was like, I'm good. Again, whether or not you know this about me, I don't drink to get drunk. I don't think I've ever been drunk. Not at all. I'll have like one shot or two, or just a drink, like a mojito. I really love mojitos. Margaritas sometimes, you know, just like social drinking. That's it. So it was late in the evening and I didn't want anything else. I remember I was drinking water. My friends were dancing, you know, kind of like moving all around. And I remember I like turned to my left and there he was, Alex, lo and behold. So I'm there and I'm looking at him like, I'm like, okay. And I was like, oh, am I gonna be okay? And I literally felt like God was like, breathe. So I went, and I was like, okay. And I see him, and then I see him like pursuing a girl, and he pursues her, whatever. And I see him like, this is, I don't know, a good 5 minutes of me just like, you know, and he's dancing with this girl, and then he kisses this girl. Now again, this is fresh wound, raw, like as raw as can be. It's just been 3 weeks. I was confused. Everything was great. I'm like, what is going on? And I see him there dancing with a girl. I don't want to comment anything, but you already know if I'm laughing. Dancing with a girl, kissing her, and I'm just like, you know, really? We've just broken up. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, you know, and I wasn't kissing anyone. When I like to go out in general, single or in a relationship, it's just me. I don't really like to meet people at clubs. I have before. I'm not saying I haven't. That I've actually like gone on dates with. But I'm saying like, it's not, I don't go out to a club with the intention of meeting someone. I go out to dance because I love dancing. So that's just me. And I remember looking and I'm like, you know, and immediately I felt God tell me like, Luisa, like, how do I explain this? Well, no, backtrack. Immediately I felt compassion, which I thought was weird because me being Latina, yes, I'm American, but I'm Peruvian, and I do have my Latin roots, the South American roots, and in those situations we tend to react, and we tend to react very poorly. Just like a freaking novella, you know, you go out there pulling someone's hair, you're yanking that girl off the dude, like you're just doing a mess, okay? And I've never done that. I think I've done, like, I've never been to that extreme. I know I'm pretty sure I've done something. I just think about it. But anyway, so for me to not feel anything and to feel compassion towards him, which I'll explain in a second, was just mind-blowing in and of itself. And so I'm looking at him and I'm like, and I just start thinking, you know, I've spent these 3 weeks working on myself, trying to like think of things and do things that make me happy, think of like things that I've always wanted to do, you know, and distracting myself, but with good things, not with alcohol, not with like other men, no. And he's over here drunk, and I know because like I dated him, so I know when he's like tipsy, when he's drunk, when he's okay, kissing some girl that he doesn't even know, who knows what's been on her lips, okay? And I'm here just, I don't know, I just had joy and I laughed, and I remember, and I was like, this kid, like really, you know, and I'm just like, I felt good. I felt really good. I don't know how to like express it, but I had joy and I had peace, and God was like, I am with you. You're fine. I'll take care of him. Don't even worry about it. And let's just like get the night going. And I remember a friend came up to me and she was like, hey, like, do you want to leave? Because she saw, obviously she knows him, so she saw. She was like, oh God. She's like, do you want to leave? And I'm like, no, like I feel good. Like, let's just dance, just have fun. So I turned back to my friends, dancing, A few hours passed, we go to another place. The night was beautiful. Did not cry when I get home. Did not cry the next morning. Nothing. And I'll just never forget that night, because that's why I titled this Dancing Upon the Heartache, because I literally could dance upon the heartache. I did have peace, and I do have peace now, but that's a separate, like, return of the past. So I did have peace in that moment. I did have peace after the fact. I did have joy. I was laughing. I was dancing. It wasn't the alcohol. Like, not at all. Yeah, and I just felt good. And God was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, and just move forward. And so the reason I want to share this is because in that moment I learned that you can have peace in the midst of pain. You can have joy in the midst of pain. And the reason I say that is because my crying, my freak out or whatever, my pain, the process of healing did not end that night. It ended, I think, I want to say like 2-3 months later. I remember correctly when I felt like nothing for him anymore. That's why we say, like, I think the opposite of love isn't hate, but it's indifference. Because, like, when you can look at someone, you know, wish them the best, they hurt you, they did some stupid things, and you're just like, you know, like, what you do or don't do doesn't affect you anymore. You're done. You moved on, you're healed, move on to the next one, a new relationship, or other endeavors that you may have. The reason I'm saying this is because I think during this time, if you're watching this during the 2020 quarantine, I don't know if I'm going to post it during quarantine, but I probably will. Yeah. Anyways, if you're watching this during quarantine or after the fact because you're in pain, know that it is possible. It is. You will smile again. You will laugh again. You will rejoice. You're going to sing songs of joy, whether it is songs to God, which I highly recommend. There are 2 songs that I think got me through that season. One, they're both by the same band, For King and Country. One was God Only Knows, and the other one, actually, no, it was that one. Yeah. But another one that I recommend is, because it didn't come out, it came out this year. Another one that I recommend is Burn the Ships by For King and Country. It's about moving forward, about having peace, about letting go, and like knowing that better is yet still to come. You know, your best is not behind you, it's in front of you. And so I just want to inspire you and give you hope to know that yes, you can dance with a heartache. You can turn out that music literally. As much as you can talk yourself into a negative mindset, you can talk yourself out of it. And you can also talk yourself into a positive mindset and think of what you're going to get out of this, how much you're going to grow. That glow up is real, I'm telling you. But yeah, and so yeah, I think that's it. Let me look again if there's anything else. No, yeah, that's it. And like I said, I had no business in that time feeling as good as I did. And I give all that credit to God, my Heavenly Father. Whatever it is that you believe in, just know, either way, there is always hope. And there always will be. Okay? So you got this. You've got it. Love you. Thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time on Lessons with Luisa. Take care.